power that we can ever desire to be great. We ask you to bless these airmen, as well as every man and woman today, both military and dependent, active duty and civilian, whose life has been lived as an investment in the United States Air Force, so that we may continue to thrive, fight, and win. Assist these newly graduated airmen in carrying the torch that is being passed on to them with a sense of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And we ask this in your most holy and divine name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Knox. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Parade. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel William Fisher. The Superintendent, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Chris Simpson. Today's reviewing official is General Herbert Hawk Carlisle, United States Air Force retired. General Carlisle graduated from the Air Force Academy and was commissioned into the Air Force in 1978. During his 39 years, he served as a pilot in the AT-38, YF-110, YF-113, T-38, F-15, and C-17 airframes, accumulating over 3,600 flying hours. General Carlisle served in numerous commands during his career, most notably as Commander, Air Combatant Command, Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, from 2014 to his retirement on March 10, 2017. He is accompanied today by his wife, Jillian. From the 37th Training Wing, the Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Roy Collins. Also in attendance with us today, Chaplain Major General Lorraine Potter, United States Air Force retired, accompanied by her brother, Robert. The Deputy Commander General, Air Combined Joint Force, Land Component Command, Operation Inherent Resolve, Deputy Director, Joint Air Component Coordination Element, Combined Joint Task Force, Operation Inherent Resolve, and Vice Commander, 9th Expeditionary Air Force, 11th South Asia, Brigadier General Matthew Eisler, accompanied by his wife, Mylan. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 37th Training Wing is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoyed today's ceremony. The airmen who will pass in review today have completed a demanding 7.5-week program that provides Air Force units throughout the world with trained airmen. Part of this training includes the time-proven concept of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over our enlisted heroes walk. They will lead the way for thousands of airmen that follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Richard Dickey, Master Military Training Instructor, 322nd Training Squadron. General Carlisle will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, the parade is formed. Squadron, order!
737 Training Group, United States Air Force. Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, First Quarter Retreat Streamer. The first place retreat streamer is awarded to the 321st Training Squadron for excellence in the retreat competition during the period of 1 January through 31 March 2017. Signed, William Fisher, Colonel, United States Air Force. .737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, First Quarter Parade Streamer. The first place parade streamer is awarded to the 331st Training Squadron for excellence in parade competition during the period of 1 January through 31 March 2017. Signed, William Fisher, Colonel, United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of ruffles and flourishes. Thank you. Please take your seats.
Order!
gentlemen, the graduating airmen passing in review today represent a portion of 39,000 recruits who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 training group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest air force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of these airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. The flights you will view today are a representation of the enlisted force. Each flight represents an enlisted member of the Air Force who has embodied our core values and contributed to our heritage. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the enlisted heroes walk. The airmen recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Air Force in armed conflict, including present-day operations in Afghanistan. These include 7 Medal of Honors, 26 Air Force Crosses, and 173 Silver Stars, awarded for bravery during the encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor and service of our great nation. Armed with the knowledge of our past, the airmen will exit the hero's walk by marching over a blue line, signifying their ascension into the greatest air power in the world. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the 737 Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, Murray Flight, from the 321st Training Squadron. Performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Douglas Cost, hometown, Zenobili, Pennsylvania. These airmen are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for the national flag. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in the order to allow our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. Passing in review, our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Richard Dickey, Master Military Training Instructor, 322nd Training Squadron, hometown, Jersey City, New Jersey. From the 321st Training Squadron, the Drum and Bugle Corps, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 14, Murray Flight, led by Master Sergeant Jonathan Carter, hometown, Chandler, Arizona. Squadron, representing the 1st Female Combat Alarm Major Command Program Manager, Lieutenant Baldwin Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Joelle De Leon, hometown, Perth Amboy, New Jersey. representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 2, Harlow Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Ann King, hometown Crystal River, Florida. From the 324th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 15, McKinley Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Quayle, hometown Orlando, Florida. The squadron selected as color guard is from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Jeffrey Tutteroy, hometown Chicago, Illinois. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flag are from the 331st Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 3, Peacelink Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jason Bernaro, hometown San Antonio, Texas, and Technical Sergeant Charlie Freeman, hometown Indianapolis, Indiana. The Squadron Commander is Technical Sergeant Shanira Group, military training instructor, 324th Training Squadron, hometown Staten Island, New York. From the 324th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 11, Campanelli Flight, led by Master Sergeant Justin Lynn, hometown Effingham, Illinois. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Air Force Combat Action Medal recipient, Blue Flight, led by Master Sergeant Amber Davis, hometown Dallas, Texas. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 16, Boy Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jean-Pierre Cabal, hometown O'Fallon, Missouri. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 17, Cody Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Crystal McPherson, hometown Panama City, Florida. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing a Medal Honor recipient, Matthews Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Sonnier, hometown West Palm Beach, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. last 7.5 weeks, the airmen before you have transformed from civilian into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will enter into Airman Week, where they will develop their critical thinking skills and further personalize their Air Force core values. They will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 130 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve on one of the over 84 Air Force bases around the world, working directly with sister services. As these airmen move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the Air Force. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining home station readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military, and even smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be very proud of their accomplishments thus far. The airmen before you have reached a milestone in their Air Force journey and will require your continued support and assistance to assist them in future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force and will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our Squadron honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these airmen display throughout basic military training earn them outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank the family and friends who are here in support of the airmen graduating today. Your words of encouragement help motivate these airmen through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our deepest thanks to the many families and friends of America's airmen for the support of your airmen and the greatest air power the world has ever known. General Carlisle will now come forward and address our graduating airmen.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody can hear me okay. I will tell you, I am honored beyond belief to have the opportunity to do this. I can't thank everybody from Air Education Training Command, Lieutenant General Darrell Roberson, Colonel Roy Collins, Colonel Fisher. Thank you very much for this opportunity. This is a tremendous honor. And I don't know about anybody else, but if this doesn't make you proud of our country, I don't know what will. Now I know that I am the only thing standing between these incredible young men and women and graduation. So I will do what my very sage and brilliant, beautiful wife often tells me, Jillian says, just make sure the end of your comments are close enough to the beginning, and everything will be good. So I will try to follow that rule. I'd like to welcome all of our veterans here, folks. We are the greatest Air Force in the world. That is a fact that cannot be contested by anyone. But we got here. But we got here because we stand on the shoulder of giants. Those men and women that went before us, going back to Robbie Reisner, Levito, Cody, McKinley, you name them. Those are the people that got us to be the Air Force we are today. And we owe them a huge debt of gratitude. I'd also like to thank, again, all of Air Education and Training Command, and particularly the MTIs. Folks, I will tell you, and I've been in the Air Force for a very long time, and what our military training instructors do to shape the future of our Air Force, the value of that cannot be overstated. So to all our MTIs, God bless you. Thank you for what you do. Thanks for being the incredible leaders. And I'd like to thank the families. You entrust the United States Air Force, us, with America's greatest treasure, its sons and daughters. And we can't thank you enough for allowing us the opportunity to take care of these young men and women. The mothers and fathers, the grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts and uncles, sisters and brothers, friends, coaches, teachers that got us to this point, we owe you a debt of gratitude. Less than 1% of the American population raised their right hand and swears an oath to our Constitution and wears the cloth of the nation. Less than 1%. These 640 young men and women standing before you today are part of that glorious 1%. And you set them up for success. The way you raised them, the example you set, your belief in duty, courage, and honor, and what you instilled in these young men and women. And for that, we cannot thank you enough. So to all the family members here today, thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for these incredible airmen. Now I'd like to make a couple of comments to our graduating brand new airmen in the United States Air Force. Piece of cake, right? Come on, 8 weeks in Texas. Hey folks, I know how difficult it is, what you went through. I know the challenges you face. I know what it's like to be in your shoes, albeit a long time ago in my case. But folks, I gotta tell you, there's a couple things I'm gonna ask and request. The first request is, I would like you over this next 2.5 days or 2 days, I know you start Airman's Week next week, but I want you to take a second and be proud of yourself. You have just graduated, finished the training requirement to join the greatest team on the face of the earth, the United States Air Force. fact that you've done that, you should be extremely proud of yourself. You've crossed over into our Air Force, your Air Force, and you ought to be proud of what you've accomplished and know that you have made a mark in your life that will be indelibly part of you from now on. This blue is going to be in you before you know it. You're in the Air Force today. Right now, the Air Force is in you, and it will only go stronger over time. So be proud of yourselves. Be proud of what you've accomplished. The second thing I would ask you to do is, everywhere you go, make it better. As I said, we stand on the shoulders of giants and those who've gone before us. That's because they set us up for success. You are our future. You're the ones that will make a difference. You're the ones that will have a new approach to how to fix things and make things happen. Your attitude, your approach, your understanding, your willingness to step forward and go, hey, I have an idea. Let's try this. That's what's going to keep our Air Force at the level we are today, the greatest in the entire world. Stay in front of that. Stay on top of that. Be willing to step forward. Be willing to volunteer. Be part of the solution. Everywhere you go, make it better. And our Air Force will stay where we're at today, the greatest on the face of this planet. There's two things that I'll tell you. I did 39 years in the Air Force, and there's two things I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as you move forward. One thing is, you will make a difference in the world. You may not always see it, but you will defend our freedoms, our way of life, and you will protect the innocent. You will change lives with what you do every day. We do it every single day of the year all over the world with our Air Force. And you are part of that. What you do from now on in our Air Force, no matter how long you stay in, I hope you stay in a long time, but whatever you do from now forward, what you do matters. You make a difference in the world, and you're part of the solution throughout the world. And the second thing I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is look left and right in front and behind you. These are the greatest people in the world. The people you get to serve with while you're in the Air Force are simply outstanding. They have your back. They'll do anything in the world. They'll take care of you. They'll have your back when you need them to take care of you. And they'll help you get through the tough times. These are your brothers and sisters. You will build a camaraderie and an understanding of relationships that few people in the world ever get to realize. It's a crucible of fire that you will all go through. The greatest people in the world, the ones that we stand shoulder to shoulder with today and serve this great nation. I have one last question for you all, and that is, are you ready to join the ranks of the greatest Air Force on the planet? I don't know, folks. I think you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. General Carlisle will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Chairman. We're proud of you.
Thank you, General Carlisle. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed and remain in place for the departure of the official party. I am an American airman.
Guardian of freedom and justice, my
be seated. From the bleachers from your left to your right. The first two Heritage flights are from the 331st Marine Squad, Peterson and Finch Flight. The next three flights are from the 324th Training Squadron, Pratt Waldo, Harlow, and McKinley Flight. They are followed by Campanelli Flight from the 324th Training Squadron. The last four flights are from the 323rd Training Squadron, Blue, Roy, Cody, and Matthews Flight. Airmen in the state flag mast Kissling's flight from the 331st Training Squadron will be released to their visitors at the equipment locker to the left after they secure their flags.
I'm excited.
Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy areas. For your safety, we also ask that you only use the stairs to exit the bleachers. All airmen are now released to their visitors. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the rest of your stay at Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.
All detailed trainees report to review and stand. All detailed trainees report to review and stand. Cynthia Catman from Spanaway, Washington. Please report to review and stand. Cynthia Catman from Spanaway, Washington.